Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino, Friday, August 23rd, 2024, post market wrap up. A lot of stuff to cover with you people. I'm laughing, man. This setup here is just freaking epic. It absolutely is epic. So, today, coming straight out of Jackson's Hole, uh, anyway, look, this is what the market wanted to hear. Fed Chief Powell, creature, vomitous mass puke, uh, evil incarnate. I don't know. I mean, seriously, you want to see the devil? There it is. Okay. Uh, the time has now come for low rates. Let me explain this to you. The market doesn't care about a damn thing else. Nothing matters anymore. We didn't even have a market. You know that. Things that should matter today: PE ratios, forward guidance, balance sheets, whatever. Uh, it's non-existent. Okay. And what's about to happen, and we've been covering this at length for a while, is going to be just more than you can imagine. Now, let me show you the effect of this. So, this is the markets from today. Dow Jones Industrial Average up over 400, S&P up over 50, Nasdaq up higher across the board. Treasury yields dropping across the board. That's buying. That's debt buying you're looking at. Cryptocurrencies up higher across the board. Bitcoin nearing 64,000. Look at this stuff. Gold, silver, crude oil higher. MMRI literally falling through the floor. Through the floor. So what does this mean? Let's talk about, let's just back up a minute. So you're being sold that somehow this is supposed to help you. What you're going to see immediately, all right? You think you're earning nothing on your interest earning accounts now? Oh, wait till you see what's going to happen. You're going to earn less than nothing. People, look, we may even see negative rates at one point, meaning you are going to have to pay the banks to keep your cash in there. For those of you that are still keeping your cash in these institutions, there's something wrong with you. I understand, believe me, that we are forced to transact in their system. Hi, Joe. Thank you. The eyes are getting better. It still hurts, but I can see. All right. Anyway, so I want you to think about what we were just saying here. So the Fed, and again, is joining the plethora of central banks who are now really moving into their final phase of their final solution. They got to inflate you to death, and they got to propagandize you. Remember, the data is all fake, all of it. It's all propaganda. None of it is real. They just erased half the job gains in the last year. Virtually no coverage anymore. It's just gone. It vanished like the jobs, the 818,000 jobs that we were supposed to have added, but we're not in a recession. We're not in a depression. I don't know. Everything is great. Our economy is booming. Is that why? Is that why? Right now, the Fed is about to institute emergency monetary policy. That's what this is. And you are being sold a tale. Like, you and I have discussed this to the point of like ridiculousness. They're going to try to sell you tales as tall as you can possibly imagine. This is good for you. What this comes down to is, again, this is the Fed now, again, joining other central banks who are now in their process of quantitative easing or emergency monetary policy to give themselves permission to inflate and rob you blind. I mean, people, I want you to think about this. And it's really the truth. Don't take my word for this, what I'm going to say. Just, it doesn't take much brain power to look up this stuff and see if Greg's actually correct. But the mechanism here of artificially suppressed rates, and what do we have? Kamala and Trump. Both of them selling you the same freaking dog shit lie, okay? We promise you lower rates. They're working with the Fed. They've been told to feed you that line. Don't you understand that? Or are you too dumb? I mean, really, honestly, I know the diehard followers of both of these people are brain dead to the highest order. Okay, good. That lets you and I take advantage of them because they're stupid. And I have no problem taking advantage of people who are just too freaking stupid to wake the freak up. All right. So let's backhand them across the face a little bit, because you and I, we're gonna come out of here smell like a rose. Okay. Take advantage of the dumbed down because they put themselves there. You understand? I have no mercy for these people. None. And stay out of Greg Mannarino's way and all of us Lions' way, because we will eat your lunch for you. I can promise you that. You want to give us an opportunity to pounce on you? Do it. I dare you. Let's see how it comes out in the end here. Okay. So again, what's about to happen here? What's happening right now? People, look, man. Look at this. Look at plunging. And this is nothing. This is just from today. Bond yields across the board. You got cash already making its way, obviously, into the stock market, as you would expect. Obviously, into commodities, as you would expect. Obviously, into cryptocurrencies, as you would expect. Every freaking thing. Because look, cash moves through these markets in predictable patterns. Of course, it moves around. There's no one direction here. Well, there's one direction higher for certain things here, but of course, it's going to waver around. A random walk with an upward drift. Does that sound familiar to you? It should. Because that's the way the system works, and we are being fleeced here, destroyed, not just here in the United States, worldwide. Jeffrey, thank you, man. Thank you all. Look, man, it's just freaking getting to me already. But what's going on here is the Fed is now giving itself permission to finish it, to buy it all. And there's no outroar, there's no uproar. This is what this is, again, is this trickle-down economic system which does not work for the middle class. Do you people really need that much of a wake-up call? Not you that follow this blog here, but the throngs of people out here who hear things like, I promise you lower rates. We're going to get a weaker currency, and they cheer about it. I mean, you got to talk about, I don't know, are they meth heads? Like, what is it about those things to their? So I think these people are being paid. When you see these people sitting there behind Trump, sitting there behind Kamala, waving their flags, they're all being paid. You know that's not real, right? They're all being paid to cheer whatever comes out of its mouth. And they're both not even freaking human. You understand? They're being put there, either one of them, whoever's freaking selected, to destroy you. And these people are cheering about it. They're cheering about it. Let them cheer all they want. Let them cheer all they want. Because if they get in my way or in your way, Charles knows exactly what I'm talking about. You want to talk about decimation? These people are leading themselves like sheep to the slaughter. Let's do it. Let's help them along, okay? I have no mercy, honestly. I really don't. I don't even care anymore. We can get through to some people we can't. And the ones that we can't, let's just rip their freaking face off, man. Truly. Maybe they need to learn a hard freaking lesson here. And that's exactly what's going to happen, because I can promise you, not only are people going to be robbed of realized gains, again, the method here, the mechanism of suppressed rates has robbed the middle class of trillions, not billions, trillions of dollars in realized gains. Suppressed rates is a destroyer of the people. It is a destroyer of the economy, along with a weaker currency. Again, that's why the mom and pop shops are gone. Trickle down don't work. And that's why you're being sold by freak number one or freak number two. Either they're both literally brain dead, they're just following a script. Me, I think they probably both have the smarts to understand what's going on, but they think you're stupid. And that's what's going on here. Matthew, thank you. Should you empty your 401k? Hell no, dude. Hell freaking no, man. You think this is going to stop? This market's going higher. I've been telling people this for years, and I've been called out across the board by thousands and thousands of people. Greg, you're wrong. You're wrong, Greg. This is the top. You're leading your people to the slaughter, telling them to buy the dips, Greg. Greg, you're wrong. You can't make it up. It's impossible to again. Let them lose. Let them follow these YouTubers out here who read passages in the holy book that they exploit here. Okay, there are some people actually doing that. You know who I'm talking about, pointing towards a specific date, pointing towards a specific time. It never happens. Okay, they have led their people to the slaughter, and they're going to be slaughtered even more as they are forced to deal with suppressed rates more so than ever. As promised, lower rates as their currency gets devalued here. And they're trying to tell us that inflation is getting better. Are you kidding me? Look, you can't make up the situation we're in. It's too twisted. You understand? What we're going to do here, okay, is look, for my lions out here who are looking for an opportunity, I'm going to tell you again what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the announcement. The Fed's already in here buying it all, period. Again, mortgage rates dropped to a 2-year low, but they're not cutting rates. Of course, the Fed's in here buying it all, suppressing rates, and that's reflected here in rates. Bond yields getting low, lower. Legacy tier state, thank you. Let me tell you, man. Anyway, look. But when they make the announcement, what I was trying to lead up to here is I expect the market to drop. I don't expect the market to drop anything major. Again, the market has to fall. Do you realize that we're just on the threshold of new record highs here? Yeah, they're coming. For those of you that don't believe it, they're coming. Anyone's telling you there's markets crashing next week or whatever, turn them off. Laugh at them and then turn them off because they don't know what they're talking about. These are people who probably have regular jobs, who probably just are out here to try to make you afraid of something. Jenna, thank you. Balance? Of course. What do you think you're being robbed blind for? This mechanism of artificially suppressed rates here, again, has robbed people of trillions of dollars. And their interest earning accounts are about to take a hit now that you're earning nothing. Even those of you that think you're so smart, I'm really smart because I have my cash in a high yield account and I'm doing really well. You're being robbed blind too. Because whatever you're earning on your high yield account is nowhere near keeping up with the actual rate of inflation. Oh, you believe the data that they're telling you is that's correct? Because you see, they can just erase jobs whenever they want to because they can lie to you and there's no one's held to account. It's not real. It's not real. Akash, thank you. Overcoming, thank you. Man, I tell you, it's freaking just, look, man. I'm a very caring person, and I am a very passionate person. That's the truth here. But I'm telling you, these people who are being led to the slaughter by the very people that they believe in here, with this thing that's going on here, this freak show that's going on here, they deserve to lose every single one of them. They'll deserve it. And they're going to get it too. They're going to get it. Wait till you see what's coming down here. Let me explain this to you another way here. The 1 and 2 percenters are full on orgasmic here. Those that are closer to the money. Again, how many of you actually took the time to look up the Cantillon effect? The Cantillon effect. Money creation out of nothing benefits the 1 and 2 percenters at the cost of everybody else. You understand that? And it goes far beyond that, why the Fed and central banks are instituting this emergency monetary policy. What about servicing the debt here? We have debt on top of debt. It's surging higher every minute of every day. It can't stop. It's not meant to stop. It's only meant to be added on exponentially moving forward. No one can tell you that. Nobody's going to tell you that. They're going to lie to you and tell you, oh, we're going to pay it off using Bitcoin. Oh my God. Anyone that's buying that, go see your shrink. You're being lied to. You're being deceived. Oh, man. Brettiger, thank you, man. What are we going to see Greg play a few licks? One of these days. I promise you, I really am. I'm actually working. I'm going to show you something. You see this here? I'm going to give you a quick glance. You see that? I was actually... I like to write music. I used to write a lot of my own stuff, and I'm working on some new music here. I'm thinking about doing a recording, and if I do, I'll send it out to all of you, of course, for free, as that's the kind of guy that I am. Anyway, listen. So a few things are about to happen here. Mass currency creation, which means currency devaluation. How many of you believe, with a show of hands, that central banks are going to stop what they've been on a mission to do for over 100 years? Put your hand down. The Fed's going to continue. Okay, the Fed and other central banks are in a race to the bottom. Who can kill their currency? Kill it. Pull out the purchasing power of their currency faster. Do you realize what I'm talking about here? I think you do. People can't get by anymore. Again, credit card debt, household debt, personal debt, record high, going higher every freaking day. It's not going to stop. People are being pushed down into the lower rung of society. You and I outlined this years ago. We said this would happen. People were going to try to claw themselves up to maintain the illusion by borrowing, and all they're doing is assuring themselves a seat on the front roller coaster ride into the pit of obscurity, financial death. Oh, that's what's happening here. And the Fed's about to help everybody along, the 98%, while the 1% and 2%ers are loving every freaking second of this. That's what this is all about. A wealth transfer on a scale that is criminal to the highest order. You know that. You're being robbed blind on every avenue. This idea of inflation, this is deliberate, appropriate. How many times do you remember over the past X amount of years, as far as you want to go back? It's appropriate to do this. It's appropriate to do that. Really, the Federal Reserve is responsible for monetary policy. It isn't Joe Biden. It isn't Donald Trump. It isn't Obama, the last three presidents who have surely assisted the Fed in ballooning the debt. I mean, the last three, as you all know, more than doubled the debt. Take every president before that. You think that's just by chance that happened? It's just a coincidence here that it just happened that way. Anything they can come up with, and things you can't even dream about or have a nightmare about, they're going to throw at you. They've already done it. You remember this? You remember the bioweapon? War, expanding war, death, pain, suffering around the world. You really believe that just a comedy of errors is what got us here? Honestly, please tell me you're not that stupid. There's not a single, everything is deliberate. Every freaking thing, including the development of the bioweapon, beautiful warp speed thing that got pumped into who knows how many people. And we haven't even seen the ramifications of that yet, okay? We've just seen the opening act, but they're not done. I really believe something much worse is coming here. Much, much worse. Much, much worse. And again, look, they need a scapegoat. They need a scapegoat. Why do you think? Let's put this together again real quick. We have a situation here with and look, don't take my word for anything I say ever, 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 okay? I want you to do your own homework. I want you to do your own research, but I'm telling you, and it's kind of a no-brainer, but again, not just here. Around the world, the economy is contracting at its fastest pace ever. Central banks inflating, continuing to inflate, instituting emergency monetary policy while telling us how strong our economy is here. This is the end game. And again, the deceptions, the distractions, the look here's, the don't look here, the blame game. Again, nobody's going to point their finger at the Fed here, okay? Nobody's going to do it. They can't do it. They'll be eliminated. They'll be literally eliminated. There's just no doubt about it. But you and I were too smart. But you see, because we have eyes to see. I have my fixed eye now. I got laser vision now. And we have ears to hear. All you got to do really is just slightly raise your awareness to what's happening around you. I mean, it doesn't take much, man. It does not take much, honestly. So what we're seeing here again, in my view, is now that central banks around the world, and now that the Fed is going to, look, they've made the announcement already to the world. Could you imagine? This is not supposed to happen. See, central banks are not supposed to prepare the market, but the Fed is managing the market in every way that they can. If they can jawbone the market, again, we're seeing the evidence of this. We had a 2-day flash crash, right? Me and my lines, what did we do? We jumped in here. We attacked. Because why? Again, Greg is catching a falling knife. He's telling his lions to catch a falling knife. Really? For those of you that didn't jump in on with me and my lions, you lost. You're going to lose. Either look, I don't, all of you out here, you can listen to what I have to say and do what you want with it. You can either take action or not. If you choose to not take action, you're still taking an action by doing nothing. You understand? Or you could sit here and understand the situation here. If we can't make the situation work for us, it's going to be working against us. You understand? They're destroying us. You think, again, none of this is by accident. None of this is a comedy of errors. None of it. Nothing that's happening whatsoever across the political spectrum. It's all politics. It's not real. Again, the lies, the deception, the distractions, the blame game's a trick. All of it is a trick. And it's just too much, man. It really, really is. And I really let these people, let them do what they want. And I can promise you, if they get in my way, they're going to lose. And if they get in your way, they're going to lose too. So we're going to continue our plan. It doesn't change. Do you realize the beauty of what we're doing here? We understand the dynamics in play. It's too easy. Again, is that an issue? Yes, it is an issue. That it's too easy. We know what to do. We know what we're doing. We know when to do it. We know why. Again, ask why, ask why, ask why. It's too easy. If we know, for those of you that maybe are new here, and there's a bunch of new people here, okay? If we understand that we're about to see vast creation of currency out of nothing, not just by the Fed, but central banks around the world to get in the market and buy the debt again, they have to buy it. You have to understand, when a central bank just, when they say we're going to lower rates, how does the Fed do that? Do they just say it and just a bright light comes from the sky and it just happens? No, it doesn't happen like that. Okay, they have to create cash out of nothing and get into the market and buy the debt, just like they're doing now. Are you watching what's happening here? Those of you that are aware, but they're just giving themselves more permission to do it all. Imagine in this institution, they have one product, people. Just think about it again. I know I told you a million times, but think about it. They have one product. Their product is debt. The more debt they issue, the stronger they become, and we'll get destroyed. We'll get destroyed, except for the 1% and 2%ers who are closest to the money. Again, the Cantillon effect. I don't know another way to put it. Look it up. I've sent you, all of you, links to it. I've written about it, everything you can imagine, to try to make you all understand what's happening to you. And I think collectively that we got it. Because again, our plan is too simple here. If we realize the currency is going to be massively devalued, period. And let me just say something else here about this. Do you realize the vicious cycle this is? When the Fed or any central bank gets in here and says that they're going to get in here and buy all the debt, they have to create the currency out of nothing. Meanwhile, you got both Trump, Kamala, Freak 1, Freak 2. I don't know which one is number 1 and number 2. You could come up with your own numbers on these things, calling for the lower rates again, and the weaker dollar. It can't be separated. They cannot be pulled apart here. That makes a central banker happier than anything you could possibly imagine. It makes the 1% and 2%ers happier than anything you can imagine because they know that you are going to lose. And they're more than happy to set you up to lose because they think you're stupid. You understand? You see me, how I'm coming across here? And I'm telling people that I don't care. If you're dumb and you get in my way, you're going to lose. Okay. Trump's doing the same thing. Kamala's doing the same thing to their followers. They realize how stupid they are. They can sell them anything. They could tell them that they're going to go take a dump in the center of Times Square in front of the Pope, and the crowd is going to cheer. It doesn't matter what they say. You understand? It's the dumbed down people that are following these people like drones, like they're supposed to do. Again, most of them are probably paid anyway. But that's what they do. They're playing on the fact that most people have been sufficiently dumbed down. But that ain't me, and that ain't you either. So good. Let them get in front of us. Let them get in front of us. We're going to roll over them, and they're not going to even know what hit them. You understand? So what is about to happen here, and this vicious cycle I was trying to get to, when any central banks weakens their currency, I want you to think about this. Currency, all of it. Again, units of debt. They are not units of wealth. Not only that, when a central bank creates these things, these units of debt, we owe it back to them. We owe those units of debt back to them, plus interest they create out of nothing. Unbacked liabilities being dispersed by, well, the real government. We don't. They are the government. You all know that. I've said a bankrupt government. We have nothing. Developed nations around the world are all in the negative here. It's just an incredible thing to see. But as central banks weaken their currency, the demand for currency goes up because now it takes more weaker dollars, in this case, for the Fed, or it could be euros or anything else, to buy anything as they weaken the currency. That's why you see prices rising. Again, it's a monetary policy issue. So when you have this mechanism and you have politicians calling for a weaker dollar or lower rates, they're setting you up and they're laughing at you. They're laughing at you because they really think you're dumb. And not a single one of you that follow this blog is dumb. every single one of you that's stuck around this long so far, we're 24 minutes into this video, you're pretty damn smart and you're laughing. At the same time, you realize what's happening and you're taking action. You understand? You're not just sitting here being entertained by Greg Mannarino. Okay. Yes, I get a little zany from time to time, but that's a coping mechanism for me. Anyway, we're going to see a couple of other things. I want to bring this to your attention too. So we understand something, and I really want you, again, we already understand the central banking issue, what's about to happen. It's a method of destruction. It's a way to fulfill the corporate agenda and wipe out an entire class of people, especially the small businesses. You're basically done, okay? We've seen the disappearance of the mom and pop shops from a long time ago due to trickle-down economics. It don't work. Okay, we need to build this from the bottom up. I've already told you. We need to do the polar opposite of what the Fed is doing, the polar opposite of what Trump is saying to do, the polar opposite of what Kamala is saying to do. You understand? We need a stronger currency. It should be a no-brainer to you. We need higher rates. We would see the reemergence of small businesses here in the United States and around the world. We would see the mom and pop shops come back, but no, that can't be allowed to happen. If you understand that the corporate agenda, this is not the United States of America anymore. This has not been for a very long time. It's been the United States of corporate America, the military industrial complex. Sound familiar? All this stuff should. It's only been in our faces now for, I don't know, decades. And but again, the corporate agenda will be fulfilled at your expense. The 1% and 2% are going to be richer at your expense. You understand? And that's what's being set up right now. And that's really why the Fed's doing what they're doing, to fulfill their end game, to own it all, to be the lenders and buyers of last resort. I've been telling you this forever. I don't know. I might be who else says that? I don't know another person who's been telling you that. Maybe you do. I don't follow anybody. I'll be honest with you. I think you guys, I follow all of you because I do read the comments. I promise you that I read through the comments every day. I sit here and scroll through them here. I try to answer some of you too. Anyway, look, oh yeah, that's what I was alluding to. So we understand there's a phenomenon occurring here. And I question everything, and so should you. Question me too, okay? Don't walk away from a single one of these videos without questioning Greg Mannarino or what I've said. I want you to think about it. Clever custom performance, thank you. So let me back up a moment here. All of you know I am a massive cryptocurrency advocate, still am. It's not going to change. I got all giddy, like a little schoolgirl, all right, when Trump made his 180 with regard to cryptocurrency. I didn't think about it too much. I said, okay, hold on a minute. I was like that. I was a guy who at one point wanted nothing to do with it. I didn't understand the space. I didn't put the time in to understand it. Okay. And then I did my own work, my own homework. I thought about it, came up with my own conclusion that it's an asset class that people need, at least some in their portfolio. All right. When Trump made his turnaround on it, went from calling Bitcoin, some pretty foul names, and it was a scam, and it was a this and that. And then he turned around. I said, hold on a minute. You know what? I did that too. So if it's okay for him to do it. And I, again, like a little freaking schoolgirl, got all giddy about it. Oh, wow. Trump is on board here with Bitcoin now. Now he's the Bitcoin president. He's the crypto president. This is actually pretty cool stuff. And then Kamala becomes the crypto queen. Then I started to say, wait a minute here. This is just too odd. You got Trump doing a 180. You got Kamala doing a 180. Now we have both pathways leading to crypto. Is it maybe a move into a central bank digital currency, which we know is all coming? Any presidential selectee telling you the opposite is lying to you. They know it's coming. It's already there. They have the entire system. You have to understand, in case you don't know, all this stuff. We're living 50 years. 25 years in a side effect of what's happening. We're living in the past in many, many ways. They already have our futures planned out. Jackson Hole, up Jackson's Hole. They plan our end game, our futures for us. You see, we're not free to do anything. We're free to live in their system. You know that. We're free to be lied to, deceived, with no accountability, vanishing of 818,000 jobs. Doesn't matter. There's no accountability at all. Zero. Have you heard a single apology from, let's see, one of the mainstream media outlets who was fist feeding this to you? No, not one. Not one has said, you know what, I'm sorry. We were reporting on information that we believed was correct. Have you heard that? No, you haven't, because they think, again, it's just going to go in one ear and out the other, but not you and me. We remember these things. You understand? I hope so. But anyway, the fact now that we have two pathways here to cryptocurrency, that when Kamala made her miraculous awakening, and now she's the queen of crypto, I said no. Something else is going on here. So what I expect to see, like, I don't got no crystal ball or anything like that, okay? But when you hear this kind of stuff, the wheels in your head should start to turn a little bit. You should start to think, okay, wait a minute. What are we being set up for? What I believe is going to happen, you're going to see more. It's already happening, but I think you're going to see this to a greater degree, especially with the multinational corporations and the corporations. You're going to see more transactions being utilized in cryptocurrency. Probably several of them. Bitcoin, obviously, the number one. You're going to see that. You're going to see other cryptocurrencies too. You're going to see we accept this on their window. I really believe you're going to start to see this, and it could be widespread, especially after the selection here. Okay, but I think it's going to start. I think we're going to start seeing this. So keep your eyes open, and I want to hear from you. Again, I know there's places around here where I live in Vegas. There was a lot of places that we will accept Bitcoin. We will accept Bitcoin. You're going to start to see this, especially with, I really believe, with obviously the mom and pop shops. I don't think so much. There isn't any left anymore. But the corporations, the corporate agenda is going to adopt it. They want to make it easier to switch from the current system into the new system, which they already have. Okay, you have to understand, they're deconstructing this system piece by piece. They're laying all the groundwork. Part of that groundwork, again, was Trump's turnaround on Bitcoin, which, again, I was all happy about. And then Kamala does it. I wasn't too happy about that. Why? Because I'm saying, what's going on here? Why do we have both of these things now on the same page? All roads lead to crypto. Something's going on here, man. Something's going on here. So anyway, look, I just want you guys to think. That's all. With this blog here, again, this is a worldwide family, and I'm kind of happy to be the big daddy here. I really am. Or the big lion, whatever I am. But that doesn't mean I know everything either, people. You understand? I'm a guy who likes to tell people, this is my family. All of you are my family. When I meet some of you out there, wherever it might be, I feel like I know some of you. You have no idea. There isn't a week that goes by that I don't meet someone out here that comes over to me and we start to talk. It happens all the time, more so than lately. Lately, it's been happening to me. And I love that. I love interacting with you. So if you ever see me out there, don't be afraid to come over. Sometimes people are. I know that. Just come on over and say hello. You know what I mean? I would love to talk to you. I want to interact with you. This isn't just my thing out here. You got it? This is our thing out here. And together we are smarter. Together we are stronger. Together we are more powerful. There's pride here. I wish it was bigger. I really, really do. The crypto wave, thank you. Yeah, you're right on that, bro. We're kind of there already. Anyway, look, I think we understand what's going on. And I think the beauty of this is it's too easy for us to capitalize on this. It's just too easy. And again, look, you got to stay hedged, people. We always have to be ready for that outlying event. I do believe, again, the market is going higher. I also believe the market's going to take a hit. It could be a good hit, too. When they finally announce what they're already doing, when they make the announcement, the market's probably going to be sell the news. I'm going to tell you again. Yeah, well, Do you know he wrote to me about that? Bo Poloni. He was so irate about it. It just came out of my mouth. All right, look, I don't hate the guy at all. I just don't like people exploiting something that many, many, many people around this earth feel is a sacred thing. Okay, to use that to prophesize, to pick stock market tops and bottoms or whatever it might be. I don't know. I find it an abomination here. I don't. It's not a book to be used in that way. In my opinion. Okay, Bo Poloni is entitled to his opinion on it, and I guess so. And I guess the people that follow his work, he's been wrong 100% of the time. Not even once has he been right, but that's okay. I guess you want to follow the guy, do it. But I just think it's an abomination to use again the sacred book like that. That's my take on it. You can do everything you want. But anyway, so look, people, we covered a lot here today, a lot. And I want to hear from you about all this. See how it's playing out exactly as we said it was. I mean, going back, people start utilizing this tool, even if you're not a guy or a girl that's looking to buy the stock market. I understand it. Okay, look, it's not for everybody. I really do realize that you should be at least betting against the debt, becoming your own central bank. My two favorite assets on the planet. Number one, right there. The lower this goes, the more of an opportunity it is to get this stuff here at ridiculously on sale prices, is my opinion. Do your own homework on this as well. Okay, so silver number one, gold number two, platinum and palladium number three. I think you should own it all. I really do. But if you can only pick one, it would be silver here. Okay. With regard to the stock market, my Lions are very well versed in using this. You should keep an eye on this number. We will more than likely be below 200 pretty soon. The market's going to go full on orgasm, but always be ready for that outlying event here. They're going to spring something on us. They need an event to occur that they can point their finger on, that they can blame. You understand? Has to happen. It must happen because the Fed, central banks must remain blameless. They can't be pointed at. They can't be talked about in a negative way. They can be told. They're using their spokespeople right now, Donald Trump, Kamala, to make you a few promises. They're promising you low rates. Trump came right out of his mouth and said a weaker dollar. Kamala doesn't understand that. Okay, she doesn't get it. She doesn't understand the financial system. I have no doubt about it. Very few people do. Very few. I believe that Trump understands the financial system. It makes it worse. It makes it a bigger crime that he's selling that tale to the people, and the Tic Tac thing, which was the biggest joke on the face of the earth, so we can blame Biden. It's not any president's fault, inflation, people. Monetary policy, which is the Federal Reserve. But you see, even when someone is given an opportunity, someone like Trump who understands it, he can't tell you the truth. He can't do it. You have to be lied to. You have to be deceived. And that should bother you very much here. That really, really should, honestly. People, today is Friday, and very soon, I want you to get geared up for it. We're going to be doing what we always do. And you know what that is, right? If you're new here, you're going to participate in something. So far, we're looking pretty good here. Axiom, Lava, all my friends here, look at this. We got 809 thumbs up and almost 2,000 people here. I want to thank you for those thumbs up. They're very valuable. Again, it allows the algorithms to pick this up and it gets out there. And please share this stuff. Get it out there. I really don't know where you're going to get this information from anywhere else. Maybe there are people out there doing it. But, and I urge you, look, anyone that follows this blog, even other YouTubers, you are free to use this information. None of this stuff is copywritten. Okay. I want this stuff out there. I don't have to get credit for it. Just don't even give me credit for it. Just use this information for yourself and just get it out there. Okay. I don't care who gets credit for a damn thing. I just want people to be made aware. Period. So that's where all of you come in. Start your own blog. Talk about this stuff. And YouTubers out there who are watching this, I know there are a lot. You are free to use anything here. I ever say, okay, if it makes sense to you, and you think your people need to know about it, please utilize this information. I'm out here talking, not because I want to talk to myself or not the many thousands of people that follow this blog, but I want everybody to know this stuff. That's how we gain power. Again, I really believe this. I'm going to let you all go soon, but I really believe that one person, could change the world. So imagine what we can do as a collective. We got 260,000 people that follow this blog. It ain't nothing. I get that. There are people with millions and millions and millions of followers and whatever. And that's fantastic for them. And I wish they would do something, instead of eating Tide Pods and licking toilet bowls, whatever it might be. But anyway, I'll tell you what I like to see real quick. There's a couple of kids out there playing instruments, guitar and bass and drums and keyboards, and they're phenomenal. Like 5, 6, 7, 8, 10-year-olds out there. They're phenomenal. I I watch the videos all the time. Some of these kids got millions and millions of views, and they deserve every freaking one of them. I mean, that's a talent. That's a God-given gift, man. Some of these kids, they're phenomenal. Anyway, look, people. So what we're gonna do, you and me, you want to talk about anything in particular before I let you all go? Because you're not gonna see me until Sunday. My markets will look ahead. The real rate of inflation, exponentially higher, dude. It's very hard to get your head around this. I would say look at shadow stats for that stuff. He's really on top of it, but it is nowhere near the number that they're fist feeding us. Not even close. David, with stock picks, I don't do that anymore. You know what happened to me? I used to put them out, bro. I used to put specific picks out. I tell people what I'm doing here. Okay. I do not do specific things anymore. Not once, but twice. I got investigated by the SEC, and I will not do it again. I was advised by a friend of mine who didn't even charge me to help me out with this thing. He's a lawyer. He said, Greg, don't do it anymore. But what I tell you is what I'm doing. What I'm doing here is I am investing heavily in two things, JEPI and JEPQ. JEPQ is a position I've been building for a while. I'm working on building it up. I'm building it larger. These are a nice way to gain exposure to the market. You also get paid a dividend every single month. It's nice cash flow. You can use that dividend for whatever you want. You can pull it out and buy metals, reinvest it, buy cryptocurrency with it. You can go take your wife or husband out to, or girlfriend or whoever you want, excuse me, out to a nice dinner or something, whatever. It's a nice way to generate cash flow. So with regard to doing single picks anymore, I'm not doing it. I am not doing it anymore. Some lovely people who follow this blog actually reported me to the SEC. I got a lot of enemies out here. I'm trying to help people. I really, really am. But there are a lot of people who cannot handle the truth. You tell people you want to make an enemy, you tell someone the truth, they can't handle it. All of a sudden you become the devil. They can't stand you because, again, people have been brought up from the moment you take your first breath to more than likely your last, however long that period of time may be. They're lied to, they're deceived, and they learn to deal with it. It's an unfortunate thing. We should be true to ourselves, true to our word, true to who we are. Now, look, we're all going to make a lot of mistakes in life. Like I have mistakes I've made that are larger than the freaking Empire State Building times 10. I've done a lot of bad things that I'm not proud of growing up. Okay. We all do it. We all make those mistakes and we learn from them because let me tell you something, man. I believe in a higher power. You all know that. You don't do the right thing. And I'm telling you, it might not be today. It might not be tomorrow. It might not be for a year or 2 or 10. You're going to pay for it. I learned that the hard way more than once. All right. You always got to go out there every day and try to be the best person that you can be to other people, to yourself. You understand? When you say something, it should be the truth. It should be real. All right. You're allowed to have your own opinion on things, and maybe your opinion different with somebody else, and that's okay too. People are allowed to disagree, and that's creative. It really is creative. Like I don't want everyone to agree with what I say. I want people to think about what I say, and if you have a counter argument, I'm all for it. Please just tell me where I got it wrong, and I am willing to learn. We are stronger together, people. Use your God-given intellect. We all have it. You know when you're being lied to. It hits you the wrong way. You get a bad feeling. You know what I'm talking about? I think you do. Most people get it. Guilt, for example, is, I think, a punishment from the Almighty. When you do something and it's maybe not right, you get that guilt. You feel guilty for a reason, you know? Anyway, look, I could go on and on and on about all this stuff here. And I love talking to all you guys, but this is getting long. And I'm going to get complaints. People complain sometimes, say, Greg, your videos are too long. I tell them, my videos are too long. Watch half now or watch half later. I don't know what to tell you. Most of you out here seem to appreciate these long videos. And you know how I am. I asked all of you, should I shave? Like 7 out of 10 of you said no. So I didn't do it. You know, so I'm letting this kind of grow in. I always listen to you guys and girls. You know what I mean? Like I said, We're a family, man. No, I already told you the complaint desk is closed, period. Double duh. Prism, thank you. Duh, 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 duh. Anyway, people, look, man, all this stuff is pretty much common sense, right? We know what's going on. And I'm preaching to the choir here. And I really wish that we had more people here. I'm happy to see that we got almost 2,000 people. Looks like some people already got out of it. They couldn't stand the video. It was too long. That's okay. Hopefully they'll watch the rest later. I don't think people should miss much of this. I know sometimes I ramble on, and I do apologize for that. But again, I love being here with you. I really do. These live streams make my day. I look forward to doing this. I don't like doing the morning video. But again, a lot of people didn't like the live stream. A lot of people liked it. It was split down the middle. If you remember, I took this to a vote too. It came about to the middle. So I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to do half of my videos recorded, like my morning ones, and then I'll do a live stream. I love the live stream. I love to interact with you. You realize that we're here. There are people here from all over the world right now interacting. Utilize this, people. This is just not about me. It's about you. This is way more about you than me. I'm Greg Nobody. You understand? I am really Greg Nobody. But we have built this thing for many, many years. Some of you have been with me since the very beginning. Utilize the people. These are all your friends here. Mitch, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Everybody here is your friend, wherever they are in the world. And more than likely, they're on the same page as you are. Write to each other. Talk to each other. Make friendships. Make connections. Because I can promise you, we haven't seen anything yet for where this is going to go. And I think all of you understand where we're going. Again, they're looking to eliminate us, and I mean this in the literal sense. They're bringing us to our knees only to institute a new system. That moment is going to be very traumatic. We're going to rely on each other. We're going to need each other and the Almighty. I can promise you that. Almighty number one, rest of us number two, all kind of connected here. We're going to need all that. You understand? I really hope I'm getting through to you guys and girls. You guys saw my tattoos. These are older than most of you. If you go to my my Instagram, links in the description, there's a couple of pictures of me in a tank top, and you can see my tats. Those are back in my old rock and roll days. Anyway, look, I think we're gonna get out of here, man. Yeah, you remember that? I remember when I got my first 1,000 subs. I was ecstatic. I was like, wow, 1,000 people like this stuff. And it's all you, man. It ain't me. It's all you guys getting this stuff out there. Anyway, look, we are going to bring this to an end here. No, this wasn't for my blood pressure is fine. What happened to me is a very common thing. Posterior vitreous detachment. It happens as you get older. There's a fluid in the back. You remember, I was in medicine for 20 years, so I can describe this pretty well. The eye is filled with like a jelly-like fluid. We all have this like jelly in there, the vitreous. As we get older, the vitreous shrinks, and as it shrinks, it pulls off of the back of the eye. And sometimes, as the vitreous shrinks, it can tear the retina. And that's what happened to me. It pulled off, tore a hole in the retina. And the good news is, if you get these fixed early, like I did, it's just this laser thing. It ain't fun, I can tell you, because mine was close to the nerve, and it was tough. I'm not gonna lie. They get in there, they kind of weld it on, bang, 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 and so hopefully that'll fix the issue there, and I'll end up being okay. But it's something unfortunate that happens to everybody. If you live long enough, more than likely, not that you're going to get a retinal tear, but you'll probably get the vitreous, the jelly in there will pull away, and sometimes, like in my case, it'll cause that tear in the retina, and then you're going to have to get it fixed. Anyway, people, so you know what time it is? It's time. Bring it, people. Okay. You ready? I want you all to be ready for this, because this is the most important part of this entire week. Okay. We're going to put this whole week behind us right now. All right. All of it. Hold on 1 second here. I want to just click something here. So we're going to put this entire week behind us. We're going to why'd you write that down? Rectal tear. Sounds like a personal problem, my friend. You might want to work on that. Anyway, let's put that aside. Come back in here. Bring it in. Love each other. Care about each other. Be charitable to each other, people. That's it, man. That's it. If we do that, if we adopt this kind of an attitude, we will change the world. Okay. Every revolution starts somewhere, and it's starting with us. All right. I'll see all of you Sunday for my markets to look at, people. I love you all from the heart. I mean that with all I got. Please share this stuff. Get it out there. Look at these thumbs up. I can't believe that. I think this might be a record. 1,132. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank all of you with all I got. I'll see you Sunday. Have a fantastic weekend. That's all, folks.